You can only put down all of these fires before things come too big. Meaning, we must find a way to be directly grabbing the root, grabbing the core, or grabbing the source of the explosion. And the only way that I know is you need to become more sensitive for everything that goes on in your body, in your surrounding, in everything. This is where, for me, awareness does play a role. And yes, and especially when it comes to becoming aware of your emotional states, this is absolutely inner work. This has nothing to do with doing work out here. It's inner work.
How does one begin the journey of doing that inner work?
You give trust in the vision that when you are investing your time right now to become more aware of yourself, of your emotional state, that this is going to benefit your life. That's the starting point.
You believe in it.
You believe in it. So you don't do it because somebody tells you you're supposed to do it. You do it because you genuinely believe this is the way. Yeah, I want to know more about myself. I want to really understand what is it that I am made out of. You want to figure out, is there something inside of myself I tried to look away for many years, but I know it's still there and was afraid to look at it. All of these things. There's only one way to make yourself free. You need to become transparent. Yeah, if there are spots inside of ourselves where there's no light yet, it can't be. It can't be. Bringing light to everything that has been in the dark. This is another area of the path, which at some point everybody will face. Yeah. And even though that this is now just like a saying, but just the idea. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking, whether people are around you or you're alone, just imagine there is one who always sees what you're doing. So live your life based on that.
And that person is you.
Also,
Who else is it?
it is the elevated version of you, but it's true. It's you and you.
Once I've shone a light on that area of me, so I have greater awareness of its existence and it's now transparent, is it a case then of what is the work I then have to do to make a change in that context? So we're talking here about managing one's emotions and getting a grip of one's emotions so you can avoid being triggered or perpetrating the same patterns in your life that have led you to the same outcomes. First, you believe that it's possible to change. You gain a greater awareness of the parts of yourself that you've kept in the dark that you might want to change. And then what does one do from there?
Because I came, let's say, from this martial art field, yes? Also meaning the Tao is teaching, or the principles of yin and yang have always been a part in there. Let me put it like this. Whatever you are thinking, saying, or doing has a consequence. So this consequence that you have created or that you are intending to create, ask yourself, what is that consequence actually? Does it make yourself, does it make your being, your interaction with people, does it make it feel more light, more pleasurable, more enjoying, more free, more nourishing? Or is the result that you are about to create going in the other direction? Meaning you're nourishing conflict, you are nourishing aggression, feeling like you are carrying the suffering of the world on your shoulder, feeling like there's a burden on you, feeling like there's a stone on your heart, feeling like you're being put under pressure. See, all of these expressions have something to do with density, have something to do with pressure. Yeah, but then when we look at, no matter which tradition it is, Buddhism, enlightenment, freedom, liberation, elevation, no matter what it is. You see, it is just two forces in the world. Two forces in the world. One aiming for limitlessness, and the other one aiming for restricting and very clear boundaries. These are the two forces. And this is exactly now turning the view upon yourself. What are you made out of? Your patterns, the emotional states that follow you within a week. Within a week, looking back the last week, what was the most dominating emotion you felt inside yourself? Was it one that had the character of limiting yourself in a way? Or were you in an emotional state like through the week? It was light, it was cool, liberated, free, uplifting, joyful. Which of these? So, and this simply gives you exactly from what to what do I think you need to transform yourself if you want this. If you want this. So, and why do I think that this is the goal?
Lightness.
Lightness. Let's just imagine after this conversation, your best friend or your best girlfriend going to ask you, so how was this conversation? And even though that we are maybe just talking 3 hours, 4 hours, even if you spend 2 days long explaining to your best friend how this conversation was, it's not the truth. It is not the truth. How is this conversation? How is this conversation? Even right now, we cannot even speak about it. I tell you how this conversation right now really is. Yes? How you want to describe this? Only you will be the only one ever knowing how this is. It doesn't matter who's going to ask you afterwards, what you're going to tell them. You want to feel it? You need to experience it. There is no other way. And this is the nature of words. This is why these ancient stories come. For example, one master and his student walk up on a mountain early in the morning, then the sun rises up, and then the student says, "Oh, master, what a beautiful sunrise." And then like the master slaps him and never takes him to a walk anymore. Then you say, why was the teacher so hard to him? Because in the moment where you give something that you experience, a word, you limit its nature. You naturally limit its nature. So how does this now translate into what we can do with this knowledge? Whatever is being dense and it's limiting, I don't think it's the way.